I'm Irving Hill for Coxscale, and a very warm welcome to you. We're located in the great city of Virginia Beach, and beside every home, behind every home, I should say, is a Polynesian pool. And we are really located in a beautiful area here in the Middletown Plantation section of Virginia Beach, in the home of Tom Sharpe, who is co-owner of Polynesian Pools, along with his partner, Jack Slawson. Tom, good to see you.
Good to see you. Nice to have you here, Irving.
Jack,
nice
good to see you.
We have a beautiful day for it here.
Yeah, wonderful, warm, sunny.
I see them enjoying this great Polynesian pool. Let me start off, if I may, gentlemen. Y'all have been good friends and partners. You're a graduate of Old Dominion University,
yes, I am. Yes,
and as a business major, and you have your master's degree in electrical engineering up in New York, although you've been here 30 years. Give us a little company history, how it started.
It's pretty far along from Jack's and my original training, but Jack, I guess, planted the seeds for our company 23, 24 years ago. He went up into to visit his cousin Stephen up in Northern Virginia, and when he came back, he was talking about the pool and how beautiful it was and how relaxing. As a matter of fact, he said it's one of the most relaxing things that he'd ever done. So I started thinking about that for a couple of days, and I decided I'd wanted the pool as well. So we both decided to build pools. We really didn't have too many pool companies in the area at the time, and we really didn't have enough money to buy our own pool, so we decided to build our own. That's pretty much where we got started. Since that point in time, we've built close to 3,000 pools. We're coming up on our 3,000th pool this year.
Another 3,000?
Right.
Pools. Well, that shows you can certainly depend on this group, and that's quite a track record. I wonder if you've had any second-generation people buying from you, Jack. You focus a lot on the sales.
Yeah, we've had a number of people that have bought not only a second pool, that is, they've moved and bought a new house or changed locations that had us build a pool. We have a couple of customers that have built as many as 5 and 6 pools that have come back to us. So we're very proud of the fact that a number of them have built more than one pool, or I think that stands well for the company to have them come back to us.
You stay in touch with them, communication-wise?
Oh, absolutely. We try to communicate real well with our customers when we're building pools and let them know what's going on during each phase of construction, let them know what's going to happen next, and we follow up all the time with calls and quality inspections.
Tom introduced a program a couple of years ago, which we think is a little innovative. We call them Polynesian poolograms, and they're look like a Western Union telegram format. And each time one of our crews, whether it's a service crew or during the construction of the pool, when they go out to the pool site, they leave with them one of these poolograms, and basically it tells them what was done while they were there and what's supposed to happen next. This kind of solves a lot of the communication problems. Plus, Tom and I are very active in the business, and we get very much involved with our customers in answering phones and talking to our customers as well. We find we get a very close relationship with most of our customers.
You know, I noticed these friends of yours and some family and children here, and just enjoying this so much. It certainly unifies the family, doesn't it? And it brings it together. And isn't it important in this area, don't you feel, to teach swimming? You know, sadly, there's drownings during the year because there's so much water in this area.
Absolutely, and there's more, lakes, bays, ocean, and there's so many opportunities for children to drown. The pool actually provides a safe environment, clean, friendly environment for the kids to come and learn swimming. And Jack's had some, real good experience there with these young children, his grandchildren. With, how long was it when at one age did Tyler learn to swim?
Tyler's been swimming like a fish at least since he was about 1.5 years, I think. These are 2 of my grandsons, the 2 smallest ones here, and they call me Pop Pop, and when they come in my house, it's Pop Pop Pool. That's all they talk about.
Pop Pop Pool. You keep saying behind every home there's a Polynesian pool. Tell me about that theme.
Behind every great home.
Every great home, all right.
Yeah, we feel like it's a real addition and a real focal point for entertaining around the pool, and even when you're not swimming in the pool, it creates such a nice vista from your back, from your windows, and looking out at the pool. Many of our customers will actually leave the pools open year-round, just because they like the water and the you know, the appearance of the pool.
Now this pool is heated. I mean, you can heat pools.
This one is heated. Yes, it is. And
this particular pool too, I noticed that you have a smaller one. You have a smaller child. It's perfectly safe in all ways. You call it a wading pool, I assume.
Well, this is what we call a step spa. You can heat that area of the pool up to 104 degrees in a few minutes, and this is something I use a lot because I can get in there and enjoy that part of the pool. My two boys, who are like ducks, they'll get in there to the water when it's 65 degrees, but I've got to have up at least 80, so I can sit in there. It's good for bad backs and arthritis, and I can enjoy the pool then without having to get in. Yeah.
Tell me, gentlemen, what do you look for in a pool contractor?
Well, I think one of the things I think that's important is that the pool contractor at least seem to be able to do what he says he's going to do. And I think one of the reasons Tom and I got into this business is because years ago, which was about 22 years ago, we really had no intention of going into the pool business. Tom was my first customer, and we talked about building our own pools because at that time, I don't think it's true now, but at that time it was very difficult to find a pool contractor, one that you could trust, and two that seemed to appear to know what they were doing. So we felt that the marketplace would be very good. I think that's true today. I think you have to find somebody that appears to know what they're doing, and also that's somebody that you can trust. Our longevity, we've been in business now for 22 years. We've learned a lot in the 22 years. So I feel we can, one of the things you want to look for also is a good track record. And as Tom mentioned, we have close to 3,000 pools now.
I think financial stability is also another consideration, as well as you know, membership in our National Spa and Pool Institute, which is
in this area, very few pool companies have service arrangements, and we have a fairly extensive service department. We found that we've really had to build a pretty good-sized service department, mainly because of, as our customer base grew, where we got close to 3,000 customers, and then in this area, we've also had a lot of companies kind of come and go, and as a result, we've inherited some of the pools that were not even our pools anymore. We've been changing liners and doing work in other people's pools as well. So we've been kind of almost forced into the service business, and we have a fairly extensive service department with parts support and all of that.
Okay, we're going to take a little break, and particularly Jack, we're pleased because you spoke to Art Zachary, president of Womble Realty, certainly is a well-known realtor in the area, a little earlier today, and let's hear what he has to say. Stay with us, won't you, please?
Hey, Art, I want to appreciate you stopping by to see us today.
Well, thanks for asking me, Jack.
You're in the realty business. You know, I have people ask me all the time about a pool and how it's going to affect their real estate. I wonder if you could give me some insight into that.
Well, Jack, you know, I've been in the business now 21 years, and of course, I do have a Polynesian pool. I'm very happy with it. I want to let you know that I've had it now for 7 years. But you know, there was a time that people didn't want pools because they were concerned it was a liability. But now with the evolution of the Polaris, the electronic filters, the pool now is really a dream to our people. It's now an asset more than a liability, and people are really looking forward to having or finding a house in this area with a pool.
You find it's a lot easier to sell pools, sell houses with pools?
I would say yes. Now that people are coming into the area, they want pools. They find that the kids want them. It's easier to keep the family at home. And yes, if the house now has a pool, people really do want it. We're finding if it comes down to between two homes and people are looking at let's say 2 or 3 different homes, and they're coming down to which home they're going to choose, Jack. A lot of times a house that has the pool will be the seller.
Art, I hear you got a new addition to your family now. How's that affected the pool? You really have a lot of good family enjoyment with it?
Well, I tell you, Jack, with spring coming on here, of course, Christopher is the oldest. He's 7, and I have Matthew now, who is 13 months old, be 14 next week. And I can tell you, we're looking forward to spending this summer with both children in the pool. We've had the pool now for 7 years, and we have found that with a pool, the children start swimming earlier.
I want to thank you very much for stopping by, Art.
Well, Jack, I just want to let you know that, you know, they always say that the home is the first American dream, and I think having a pool with your home is probably the second American dream. So thanks for having me. I can tell you the Polynesian pool has made our family a very, very happy family. And thank you for having me, Jack.
Between sunrise and sunset lies the time of your life. Make the most of it with a Polynesian pool, where water becomes much more than a basic element of nature. Invigorating, refreshing, revitalizing, soothing. Exercise becomes pure pleasure. Spend the times of your life in good health with a Polynesian pool. Call Polynesian Pools now at 340-7121.
Okay, welcome back behind every great home at the Polynesian Pool. And that's what we're doing right here at Tom Sharpe's magnificent home here in the great city of Virginia Beach. And we're enjoying a great deal. How affordable are pools?
Well, actually, they don't cost much more than a second car, really. Most of the pools that we sell, I'd say the average price range runs anywhere from about $10,500 up to, they can go up as high as 20, but I'd say the average is probably around $14,000 for an average sized pool with all of the amenities, etc. It would be a pretty close average cost.
Can I pay so much a month?
Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah. They, most of the banks and everything else and financing institutions look very favorably upon pools, and most of the payments are very reasonable. I think you get a little bit wrong impression when you look at this beautiful home and think that I got to have a house this nice in order to have a pool, but actually...
It took from 1970 to get there. That's the American dream.
Our biggest customer base, really, I would say, is in the middle-income group, not really in the very affluent group.
Well, it's enjoyment. It's that family unity we talked about.
No, let me mention one other thing. We do build concrete pools, which are, you know, $4,000 to $5,000 on average, more expensive than the vinyl.
Let's see, have you ever had anything, say, for senior citizens, where you've gone in and built a smaller pool or any specialized pools?
Yeah, we've built a number of, even in townhouses, we've built some like 10 by 20, even some relatively small pools. We built a very popular pool now is a sport pool, what they call a sport pool. It actually is shallow on either end of the pool and has a deeper portion in the middle. It's ideal for playing volleyball, basketball, for just general swimming and so forth. Another thing we're coming into being is lap pools, which is for exercise purposes. We've built one that was 12 feet wide, 65 feet long, which is kind of an odd size, but it's strictly for the purpose of exercise.
Have there been any other innovations in pools?
Well, let me mention one other thing there. We have built several pools for handicapped people, and that's tremendous therapy for people who you know, are handicapped. Yes, the industry has evolved to the point where we've got some tremendous products that help pretty much take away the whole drudgery of operating and maintaining the pool. One of them was what we call a Polaris back sweep, which is a robot that goes all over the pool bottom and picks up just about anything in the pool. We introduced a product called an electronator, which is a gadget that generates chlorine from salt in the pool. There's actually 300 pounds of salt in this pool, a very mild solution of salt, but you don't have to buy and handle and store chlorine, and it you know, takes away that drudgery. So with the Polaris and the electronator, you're almost to the point where you've got an automatic pool. You really don't need to spend a whole lot of time maintaining the pool.
A whole lot of time, Tom, but how much time would, for a pool this size, would you or your wife or family spend a week in maintenance so that you do have a clean, sanitary pool?
Less than an hour total.
A whole week?
It's a whole week.
Oh, that's amazing.
You turn the Polaris loose and it gets all the debris into there, and you pull it out and dump it and put it back in. And the kids love to play with it as it's running around the pool.
Now, your office headquarters at 2980 Virginia Beach Boulevard. And that's, I've taken a tour of the building. It's certainly supplies you have there and the congeniality of the people that you have working there. You've had a long track working with your employees too, haven't you?
Yeah, most of them, we have an average, I think, of about 8 years, and most of our employees have been with us. We have a number of them. We have 2 that have retired out of our company that we're kind of proud of, that we've been around that long that we can get somebody to retire. We also have a number of employees. We've got 3, I think, that have been with us close to 18 years. So we're very proud of the fact that we have some of the, I think, the best enthusiastic employees in the area. And I think that's a good indication of one of the reasons that we've been moderately successful in this business is because of the people that work for us.
Well, another 3,000 pools have been tremendously successful, and you have, let's say, second-generation satisfaction.
All of our people have a tremendous work ethic. They're positive, upbeat, success-orientated people, and they like the business, just do Jack and I. We love the pool business because we can see the joy that we leave in people's backyard for their kids and their family. Health and physical fitness is really becoming real important these days, and people are using the pools to do laps and do aerobics exercises in the pool.
Well, you're very much involved in this community. It was so nice to meet your sister. She was just telling me she's getting ready to go up to Casio, a religious experience, which is great. And y'all are both active. Your family's very active in your church. I thought that was a good indication of y'all being so involved in the area. And I talked to one of your employees the other day, said her husband worked there too, and she said she absolutely loved it because she trusted and felt that she could be so proud of the product that you deliver, as you know. And
they believe in what we're doing, and we do as well. We always go the extra mile with our customers.
And I noticed the furniture there. Your furniture showroom was certainly
it kind of
inviting.
Fools you a little bit, I think, from the street. It looks relatively small, but everybody that comes in says, my God, I had no idea it was this large. And I think we have one of the most extensive outdoor furniture showrooms, or we call casual furniture showrooms in the Tidewater area. And we get a lot of people coming even from Williamsburg and all over Tidewater to look at the furniture that we have there. And we sell a very top-of-the-line type of furniture. It's a very good, high-quality furniture.
We maintain a large service department there, too, and all the chemicals and toys and games that you need. We have a full line of those types of products.
I've had people come in the showroom say they'd come in just to be in there because it's so bright and airy and cheerful and everything else. They like to just come in and walk around, makes them feel good, they say.
Well, now, what is the process for a person? I hope they'll enjoy this program and see the family unity and fun and excitement and Polynesian pools. Behind every great home is a Polynesian pool, as you stated, and I'm pretty sold on that. How do they get in touch with you? How do you go about working at a pool with you people?
Well, usually most of our customers come through the phone, etc. I would say close to, at least 80% come from our own customers. Our own customers are our best salespeople, and I've had customers say they wanted a commission because they sold the pool for us, and I said if we did that, all of our customers are our salesmen. We'd be giving commissions to everybody, but we have very good referral type of business, and most of them come from our own customers and from phones. And we have now 3 really top-notch salespeople, including myself, and we do a lot of the sales work, go out, and we actually spend a great deal of time with the customer. It takes almost, I'd say, usually at least a couple of hours in the customer's home. We help a lot with the design, the planning. To me, that's part of the fun of the business, is going into an empty backyard and planning how the pool's going to sit and how it's going to look, and helping them with the planning of the concrete, and maybe even they have ideas on landscaping. In 3,000 pools, we have an awful lot of photographs, and the people really like looking at the pictures because they get ideas on how to landscape and fence and so forth. So it's a big decision, and it takes a lot of time to make it.
Okay.
I don't know if Jack mentioned it, though, that we have quite a few people we built 4 or 5 different pools for as they moved around and they've grown up. We've got exchange houses and so forth. 5 or 10% of our business is just repeat pool owners that already have one of our pools that are moving to a new house.
Yeah. Excuse me, John, we're going to take another break, and we'll be right back. Please stay with us. Polynesian Pool. Behind every great home is a Polynesian pool.
When I made the decision to purchase a pool, I wanted to find a company that not only had a competitive price, but also that I could rely on for their quality and service. In talking to a lot of different people and investigating the situation, I found that Polynesian Pools had everything I was looking for. This was a company that I could basically give the job to and walk away from and know that the job would be completed on time and in a top quality manner. And I highly recommend it to anyone who's looking to buy a pool to talk with Polynesian Pools, because I think they'll find that not only their price is competitive, but their quality and their service. And to me, the service is the most important part, is what it's all about.
Between sunrise and sunset lies the time of your life. Private time, family time, time with friends. Memories are made in your own backyard, in and around your Polynesian pool. Water, the source of health and well-being, is a natural place for family and friends to gather. So enjoy the times of your life in a Polynesian pool. Call Polynesian Pools now at 340-7121.
Welcome back to you. Polynesian Pools. I'm really getting into this and enjoying it because these are two fine gentlemen. I can assure you of that. You can depend on if you need a pool. Polynesian Pools, Virginia Beach Boulevard. Tell me about your awards.
Well, we've gotten, we're quite proud of the fact since 1982 we've garnered 14 awards from our affiliation with the National Spa and Pool Institute, which is our professional organization. That's an international competition, and we've gotten as many as 4 major awards and 10 awards of what they call awards of merit, but 14 total. In addition, last year, Aqua Magazine, which is probably the lead magazine in our industry, we were voted one of the top 100 pools in the nation with Aqua Magazine. And lastly, just recently, in fact, just a couple of weeks ago, we got the word from the Hampton Roads Chamber of Commerce that we were elected as the top company in the Virginia Beach section of the Chamber of Commerce.
Well, congratulations. That's a tremendous award.
It's actually called Chamber of Commerce Quality Award for small business. Well, and we've won for Virginia Beach, and it's going to go on to a Tidewater competition, which we're hoping that we have a good shot at winning that. That'd be
what a
great accolade.
Wonderful, coveted award, and we congratulate you. I do need to ask in the time that we have left, too, we need to, Virginia Beach, in fact, you and I, Tom, are working on a water conservation committee with Virginia Beach. They're trying very diligently and I think very smartly to try to confront the water issues. And, you know, water issues are not just here, they're all over the United States, but certainly we are confronted with the one in Virginia Beach and Hampton Roads. Well, how is that going to impact pools, the water conservation?
Yeah, with our modern filtration equipment that we have, some real high efficiency filters, we can clean up just about any kind of water. So fortunately, we're blessed with a lot of groundwater in this area, and our filters and chemicals that we can use, you know, can clean that water up as to drinking water quality.
You mean you could drink this water?
Oh, absolutely.
You said very safely, right at this pool?
Yes, sir. Wouldn't hesitate to do it all. You know, pools really, the modern filtration doesn't require backwashing like the old sand filters, where you lose a lot of water and just purge in the sand. It's almost no backwashing required, and you know, we feel that pools recycle water, and we're not a big waster of water. And I think that you know, I think we'll work through this thing, and hopefully the city will get some.
One thing about the pool is we only fill it once. It stays filled for almost 12, 15 years before we actually have to drain it and do any work on it, because the life of a liner is about 15 years. So we're not really consuming a great deal amounts of water, because it's a one shot of filling the pool, and actually the pool, the water is conserved. It's not wasted. It's not. It's actually there. It's a reservoir, basically.
Recycling. And another thing I did want to mention, that the city has granted the pool industry until May 31st for pools under construction or repair to be able to fill from city water if no other source is available. And you can still top pools off with city water, again, if you don't have any other source available.
What would you do after that?
After that, as you're running your pool, you stick your hose and your skimmer off of your well. It goes right through the filter media. It'll take in any solids. Iron is no problem at all. And when it comes back in the pool, it's clean water.
So you have an alternative there, of course.
Yes.
About 8 years ago, if you remember, I think it was 8 years ago, we had a moratorium where we had a drought situation. And at that point, we went almost for a year without using city water. They had a moratorium, and we kept filling pools with well systems. And as Tom mentioned, with the high water table, it's not to us, it's not really a major problem, and it's not a major expense.
Right.
Tom, I know you feel very strongly that pools add so much to the quality of life and health.
Yes, they do.
Tell me about that.
Health and relaxation is one of the biggest biggest reasons that people are buying pools. Aerobic exercising. Dr. Cooper, who was credited to be the father of might aerobics, has rated swimming pools the #2 aerobic exercise right behind cross-country skiing. So it's good for the overall development of your children and your body there. You know, of course, other reasons, it's what we're seeing here today is fun and relaxation and
family unity,
family togetherness,
yes.
Entertaining around the pools at night with friends and family. It's just a nice focal point to plan your parties and get-togethers around.
As we wrap up here, and I want to thank you for the courtesy of being here, of our crew at your home.
Well, thank you for
certainly
coming.
What lovely, fine people you are. And since 1970, and an Old Dominion graduate certainly adds to it, since I went to school over there too. And our master's in engineering, electrical engineer, went in the pool business. I think that's pretty good. But since 1970, and it is a success story because you have almost 3,000 pools that you can happily share if new customers do come in. You're happy to tell them who they are. I've seen the booklet you have, and of all sizes and shapes, and for senior citizens on to have little townhouses and all. So it's certainly you have a variety of pools. I do want to commend you on your staff, the longevity that you've had with people, that you've retired some people, so you have financial stability, a family atmosphere that you work in, and you have a vision. And that vision is to serve the citizens of Hampton Roads with quality pools and communication and some other areas that we look for, dependable organization. And congratulations again on the Chamber of Commerce Award.
Thank you.
Thank you.
That certainly keeps you going since 1970, right in the right direction. And you're just excited as you were when you started working at your kitchen table. So you've certainly been successful, and you're successful because people trust you. And Polynesian pools have been so much fun and success and health for the citizens of Hampton Roads.
Tom and I feel very fortunate that we're both doing things that we like to do. I think that's important in life, to be able to really have fun and do things that you really like to do. And both Tom and I really enjoy this business.
Good.
Well, let me add one final thought. You know, right now we've probably got as good a pricing on our pools as we've had in years. The manufacturers have held the line on pricing. Interest rates are down. So it's an ideal time to be considering a pool purchase.
Yeah, this year I think price-wise is the best time in the year.
Okay, our time is up. It's the best time. You get in touch with Polynesian Pools. You'll certainly give you a nice lifestyle, and these are people you can depend on. I'm Irving Hill for Cox Cable here in the great city of Virginia Beach. Thank you very much for joining us.
I was referred to Polynesian Pool by several of my friends in the community as well as on the university campus. I find that when I want good exercise, swimming is one of the best that you can have. In addition, surrounded by water as we are in Hampton Roads, it's very important that our children know how to swim, and know how to swim at an early age. Also, I use the pool for entertainment of my friends, board members, and faculty.